I know I'm a retired law enforcement officer.
Oh, wow.
I did 25 and a half years with the sheriff department here in Louisville. I've been retired 3 years. I mean, I retired before I was 50. I started, I was 22. I know there was no way. I was like, why he's a cop? You're right. I'm a cop. Not believing right and wrong. But what I'm saying is, don't think there's not a lot of good cops out here. A lot of good law enforcement. There's plenty of Chuck Mitchells. Plenty of guys out here who want to help you. I've always tried to talk to young people about just making a decision. And I'm gonna tell you something about me real quick. I've been in stolen cars when I was 16. Blessed not to wreck and die in one of them. I know y'all know some people that ran away from the police. But the guy who had me in the car, that was driving it to school, he was driving a stolen car to school. He was still going to school. He wrecked. And that's how he got caught. And then he stopped. And they told him, oh man, I'm never doing it. So I'm not a saint. When I was in your age, I could have got jammed up, got friends that's done life in penitentiary, messing with drugs. I decided to go another way because I knew that I didn't want to go to jail because I didn't want to be caged up like an animal. And that's what I see when I was working downtown. You get locked up, we treat you like an animal, let you know. You know, people think it's hype and fresh, but you don't get to watch what you want. You go to bed and the food is served, plain and simple. And you ain't gonna like where you're next to be. There's a lot of folks that they don't wash, so you be in there and it stinks. So what I'm trying to tell you is, I got an honest profession out of being law enforcement. I retired at 49 from 52. I started at 22. I get a check every month for the rest of my life. My wife and my daughter has my insurance. I don't have medical problems.
Shut the door.
It's okay. Don't look at every one of us and just lump us all together.
Thank you.
My first car was a Mercedes. The car I'm driving now is Mercedes. I've had 4 Mercedes. I've had other cars. I got 5 cars. I got a pickup truck. I got a house, a good house. Actually, a good house because of my job. I started out only making $23,000 a year. That's no money, people say. No, it is. It's good money. Because who makes $23,000 a year when you're 22? You get credit, and you buy your car, and you pay for it. You buy your house. It's credit. Young men, all you're gonna have lights, cake, hoping all y'all go pro. Whatever y'all pro aspirations are. I thought I was gonna be a pro football player. Didn't do the work in school. I'm telling you now, if I could, people say, what year would you go back? If you can go back, I would go back to high school. I was cool, you know, all district, played in these all-star games, but you know what I didn't do? None of the homework. Trevor, son of Chris, right? Your auntie was our class president. Smart, I used to copy off our homework all the time. You know, on the school bus. Hey, what you do? I wish I could go back. Do the schoolwork. I graduated with a bad GPA. Couldn't get the scholarship to go to college. That's what jammed me up. All I did was go to class and sleep. And just didn't do enough. And if I would have, I went to college, did a year. Just wasn't for me. But I picked a job that's a good job. And it's a job that is provided. So I just want y'all, when y'all see law enforcement, whether they black, white, Asian, Hispanic, there's a lot of good officers. I work with a lot of them. And I'm not gonna say it ain't some butt heads, plenty of them, and I straighten them out because I came sergeant. I had supervised over 30-something people. I've worked in the most high-profile cases in this city. I've went to the best college schools for law enforcement in the United States. I have the training and background. And I own my own company, my own security company. I've had it since 1999. I've been in the paper for stopping a bank robbery. I help people all the time. I just wanted y'all to see me. And it ain't just about OG cool. Me is helping people. A cop. There's some bad cops all over the country. I always have been. There's bad people, period. But I still respect my cops. Regardless of what's going on, it's time for change. I'm telling you, it's time for change in our profession. I'm a very big critic of law enforcement that is not willing to change and get better for helping the people. You all are our bosses, not the politicians. The ones that want the politicians, they're not in it for the right reasons. And I tell you, you're here for the people out here to protect and serve. I mean that. So don't judge us all. Please don't judge us all. Have faith in the system. Be part of the solution. That means being positive. And once and for all, be individual. Don't let nobody talk y'all to get these stolen cars, because your friends are driving crazy and they're wrecking them. Or don't go out and rob nobody because he talked you into it or she talked you into it. Don't take those chances and ruin it. It's hard to come back. You can. We are a country of second chances, but don't. Okay? So, I'm looking at every one of y'all. I see y'all looking at me. And I am cool. I like rap music. I still play NWA down the street. Y'all know the song. Yes, I love it. So don't think, just because I ride up, look at my guys, cut it down, and I don't want to get pulled up. Then I cut it back up. Because I'm regular. We all regular. Okay? Go ahead.
How you feel when people say defund the police and stuff?
We won't be able to defund the police. It might change the name. Law enforcement is about safety. And what that means is, there's people that says that mentally, it's not mentally, but really it sends out a negative overtone. But ultimately, when law enforcement started, you had sheriffs. Wasn't no Louisville police, wasn't no cops at first. It was sheriffs. And you had U.S. Marshals. Those were the first part of law enforcement. Wasn't no FBI. So the name could change. So it wasn't no corrections, wasn't no JCYC. You create that. Society over time makes new stuff. So that being said, it might be something new. Because you gotta have safety. You gotta have someone, it is gonna be people that's doing stuff wrong. And you gotta have cops. You gotta have law enforcement. So it might be called something else. And that's it. And don't be worried about what it's called. As long as it's helping the people.
Yeah, because to piggyback on that, you need police. Like, you need folks to hold and carry to have law and order. It's impossible for the world to function truly without it. You know what I mean? Like so the police still up there do a lot of good stuff. A bunch of good stuff.
And I'll give you good example. Mexico, they have bad police. And it's that's why you hear the stuff that goes on there. And ours ain't perfect, but that's because we have different, our country was born really different. But we don't want warlords. We don't want really gangs. We don't want militias actually running and patrolling our streets. We want people that go and get some training like myself, who uses that training and use it the right way and not the wrong way. So, that's why we just gotta keep working on being better. And that's what's going on. Right now, our police departments all over the country are going to get better. I mean, they used to be really, really, really bad. Y'all have no clue because you just wasn't born in that era. And that's okay. This is the era you were born in, and y'all questioning it, and y'all people are raising up good ideas and good challenging to make us better. So our profession is gonna get better. And this is the time that things happen that make us better, okay? So,
Brandon, what was your question?
Don't worry.
Question?
How you feel about the Breonna Taylor situation, or like the George Floyd situation?
Yeah, I was curious about that too. How do you feel that was handled?
well,
Mainly the Breonna
I mean, ultimately, George Floyd, that guy was a murderer. And, ultimately we'll find out that, they've already said he had a history. And that's the part I'm talking about. We have to be better in our profession to be able to say, I'm not working with this guy. He shouldn't be a cop for real. He has some other things. And that's where our departments all over now are doing that. And clearly with Miss Taylor, it's a tragedy. I think we're gonna find out that our officers have not been doing a good job for a long time. And that leading up to that incident, there's a lot of things that wasn't done right that got to where that situation is. And afterwards, there's a lot of things that they haven't done right. But they're making changes with that department. They're making positive changes. And I'm gonna tell you, in order to get a change, you gotta have tragedy a lot of times. Because see, you go through some things, and if you go through it long enough, and then nothing changes, but what makes change is something gotta happen. It's like losing a game. You practice, and you go back and you look at the film, and you say, man, if you would have been over here, and that's what it's sad for her life and Mr. Floyd's life. It's gonna mean something bigger to all of us, because it's gonna help our profession, which should be held to that standard, a high standard of respect to the citizens for who they serve. So, I'm hurt, I'm saddened, I'm crushed that her life is gone, but her life is gonna continue to mean a lot to you all and to me, my daughter and my family, because Louisville Police Department, I hope it's gonna be a better department, and it don't happen because these officers did a poor job. They did a bad job. It's bad. So, I'm very sad.
You said trust in the system, but like, how do we trust in something that's failed so many people over the years?
Well, number one, you gotta have a system. And the system has to evolve. And it goes back to what I was saying when it comes to, nothing's perfect when you first put it on the table. But it takes time to get better. And that's where we are. People, our country's getting better. I can talk about this, but America's only 400 years old. We had 300 years of slavery. We had a bunch of stuff, y'all. If you listen to history, if you pay attention, and I didn't learn this lately. It's just who I am now. I was raised up. Y'all know when you're practicing pool. You know when you played poor. I've been saying this about me, to kids, to young people, to adults. It wasn't my mama's fault. It wasn't my daddy's fault. My daddy and my mother divorced when I was 13. It was my fault for not doing the work in school. So I joined the police department to help the system. So you need good people. So y'all get your degrees, be a teacher. Because guess what? I got friends that make $75,000 a year as a teacher. I got friends that make $150,000 a year as a principal. Marty Polio makes a little under $300,000. And he's 53. I make $100,000. I'm 52. People don't talk about when you get a job, your only thing about is being